Building off the last episode, I said something about having a structure. This is very important. I believe structures are vital for success and what you want to do. For me, you always have to have structure in order to know where you're headed and what you're going to do in certain situations, or at least to know what the end goal is. And then once you know the end goal, all the little issues that may arise here and there, you can take care of them bit by bit and find solutions. For me, initially, the structure was just having a steady job and being able to pay my bills. So, I set out to do that. And then once I did that, I was able to build upon that. I did that and I was being steady, and then I wanted to try new things. I wanted to try real estate. So at that point in time, I started looking for a property to own. I just started steady building from that structure that I initially made of having a job and having steady income to pay for my bills. And then from there, I was able to get the property, and then I managed that while working. And, it all just basically coincides with the fact that I had an idea what I wanted to do, and I had myself set mentally, emotionally, and financially to do these things. And basically, you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you actually take that leap. Now, usually I am a proponent for just like taking a leap and doing it, but I believe in risks, but in calculated risks. You want to take that risk, but you want to think about all the tangibles that could possibly happen and plan for those. And then once you actually plan for those, once you take that risk, you're not surprised by anything because you prepared yourself mentally for it. And then you can move forward and do whatever you have to do to take care of those things. So, with the structure, I believe you need to set your goals, and then you need to set the way that you plan to achieve those goals. Will you always achieve those goals in the way that you planned it? No. But at least if you have a plan for those goals, you'll be in the right direction. So if you have to pivot, you'll be able to do that seamlessly and not have to worry about actually not achieving what you want to achieve. And then once you have that structure of how you want to actually achieve your goals, then you move forward. And then when you move forward, then, that's when the real work actually begins, and you take those steps to actually achieving that goal that you want to go for. So for me, I would say in the end, when it comes to structure, it is very important, it is very vital, and you need to make sure that you have yourself ready for what's to come. You can do this. It's always hard in the beginning, but once you actually start, it gets easier. It always gets easier. And then when I say easier, I don't mean, like the challenges will get easier, but you adjusting to it and being able to handle those challenges will become easier because you've thrown yourself in there, you got the experience. So now this is as much as a feat as it would be if you were just to be thrown in there and never have experienced it. I'm just Kastoan. This is Structure. This is Hard Reset. Unseen Hours.